The beer you're drinking isn't what it used to be. Lab tests reveal your favorite classic lagers are an illusion, secretly stripped of tradition and packed with cheap fillers. Hold on a moment. Most people in the United States believe they're drinking the same beer their grandparents did. That's simply not true. Recent lab tests have uncovered an unsettling reality about America's best-selling traditional lagers. The beer you see advertised as an American classic, rich with heritage, now contains ingredients its original brewers would never even recognize. We're talking about high fructose corn syrup instead of malted barley, hop extract instead of real hop cones, and corn added for the sole purpose of cutting production costs. It's not just the recipe that has changed. Following a wave of acquisitions, three foreign giants, Heineken, Asahi, and Carlsberg, have quietly seized control of nearly 80% of the American beer market. Iconic breweries that once defined American brewing have been swallowed up, rebranded, and reduced to profit-optimized formulas. What you're buying today isn't tradition, it's an illusion. And the vast majority of drinkers have no idea, because the labels don't tell the full story. American consumers continue to purchase brands they've trusted for decades, completely unaware that the recipes were altered years ago. Today, we'll expose the brands you should probably avoid and highlight the ones that are actually worth your money. The American beer industry is now dominated by foreign corporations that prioritize profits over tradition. Three international conglomerates, Heineken from the Netherlands, Asahi from Japan, and Carlsberg from Denmark, currently command about 80% of the entire U.S. beer market. This market generates tens of billions of dollars annually, making it one of the most lucrative beverage sectors in the world. These corporations took over legendary American breweries during a major consolidation wave that began in the 1990s. Heineken acquired major stakes in craft pioneers like Lagunitas, while Anheuser-Busch, now part of the global AB InBev, bought out dozens of beloved breweries from Goose Island to Elysian Brewing. Asahi and Carlsberg have similarly expanded their portfolios, snapping up historic breweries across the country. The acquisition strategy was remarkably consistent across all three corporations. They purchased breweries with centuries of combined brewing heritage and then systematically altered the traditional recipes to slash production costs and maximize their profit margins. You can see the results of these cost-cutting substitutions in the ingredient lists of dozens of popular brands. Glucose syrup often replaces malted barley as the source of fermentable sugars. This industrial sweetener costs significantly less than high-quality malt, but it fundamentally changes the beer's flavor profile and body. Corn and rice are used as adjunct grains, diluting the malt character while further lowering ingredient expenses. Hop extract is substituted for real hop cones, providing bitterness without the aromatic complexity that whole cones deliver. True American brewing was always built on four simple ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. The classic beers you think you know have strayed far from that foundation. The question is, how far are you willing to let them go before you demand a return to real quality? The recipes that built the reputation of American brewing relied exclusively on those ingredients. Modern industrial production has completely abandoned that standard. Consumer complaints about these altered beers have a predictable pattern. Discussions on forums like Reddit's r/beer and Beer Advocate consistently describe intense hangovers from brands that previous generations drank without any issue. Users report headaches, nausea, and stomach problems after drinking just 2 or 3 bottles. These are symptoms more commonly associated with cheap hard liquor than with a quality beer. The sheer scale of production under corporate ownership has introduced serious problems with quality control. Many consumers notice that the exact same brand tastes different depending on which part of the United States they buy it in. Let's start with the brands you should probably avoid. Coors Light shows up in stores all across the country, and every can prominently features the Rocky Mountains. The marketing suggests the crispness of mountain air and time-honored brewing traditions. The ingredients label, however, tells a very different story. Water, barley malt, corn syrup, and hop extract. This is exactly where Coors Light fails the test. Corn syrup serves as a cheaper substitute for malt, a cost-cutting addition that reduces flavor complexity and introduces an undesirable, one-dimensional sweetness. The glucose syrup further waters down the character of the malt. Hop extract means that real hop cones never even came close to this beer. The Open Food Facts database classifies Coors Light as an ultra-processed food, placing it in Category 4, which is the lowest possible quality level in the Nova system. Reviews on Beer Advocate are merciless. Users claim it's worse than Pabst Blue Ribbon or Natural Light. Others compare it unfavorably to generic store brands, noting that the only difference is a distinct, corny aftertaste. Complaints about headaches appear over and over again. Molson Coors, the parent company, took over and consolidated these brands over decades. The main brewery in Golden, Colorado, has centuries of brewing tradition behind it. But the current recipe has little in common with traditional American lager brewing. The price is typically around $1.50 for a 12-ounce can. Budweiser is another one of the best-selling beers in the USA, supported by enormous advertising campaigns featuring the famous Clydesdale horses. The brand dominates the cheap lager segment and is sold everywhere from Walmart to the local gas station. The list of ingredients explains exactly why Budweiser didn't pass our evaluation. Water, barley malt, rice, hops, and hop extracts. The rice replaces more expensive malt sugars, lowering costs and fundamentally changing the flavor profile. The hop extract takes the place of real hop cones, providing a generic bitterness without the aromatic complexity of authentic hops. Consumer opinions on American forums paint a disturbing picture. Many users describe Budweiser as pure evil when it comes to the hangover it produces. One commenter wrote that after 3 buds, he had a headache comparable to drinking a large amount of cheap vodka. The review site, Beer Advocate, compiled opinions that suggest Keystone Light tastes fine at first, but drinking more than a few guarantees a monster hangover, complete with a splitting headache and an upset stomach. Anheuser-Busch, controlled by the global conglomerate AB InBev, holds a 40 to 45% share of the American beer market. Keystone is produced in massive breweries in cities like Golden, Colorado, and Trenton, Ohio. This kind of scale demands standardization, which often means natural ingredients are replaced with industrial substitutes. Some consumers have even noticed that Keystone tastes different depending on where they buy it across the country, suggesting potential issues with quality control. The price usually ranges from about $1.50 to $2 for a 16-ounce can. Busch Light is another lager with a rugged, outdoorsy theme, often sold in aggressive promotions like buy a 30-pack, get a rebate. The ingredients list water, barley malt, corn, and hops. Unlike many of its competitors, it actually uses real hops. However, Busch Light still fails the test for many drinkers. According to consumer feedback, the reviews are absolutely scathing. One reviewer wrote that just 3 Busch Lights gave him a pounding headache, and he wouldn't drink it even if it were 25 cents a can. Another called it the worst beer in America, period. The consumer complaints remain serious and consistent. Headaches, a watery taste, and an off-putting aroma. Anheuser-Busch acquired many regional American breweries during the consolidation wave of the late 20th century. The beer is brewed in several locations, including St. Louis. The price is typically between $1 and $1.50. Steel Reserve 211 is a high-gravity lager with an alcohol content of 8.1%, aimed squarely at consumers looking for the most alcohol for the lowest price. After being acquired by Molson Coors, longtime drinkers noticed an immediate change for the worse. This is where Steel Reserve truly fails. And it does so spectacularly. Reviews describe it as industrial-grade alcohol mixed with unknown chemical substances. One user called it one of the worst things he had ever tasted. Another stated that Steel Reserve was only the 3rd beer he had ever poured down the drain. The complaints focus on a metallic, unnatural flavor and an alcohol aroma reminiscent of rubbing alcohol. Strong beers can be excellent when brewed properly. Belgian quads and imperial stouts often exceed 10% alcohol while maintaining balance and complexity. Steel Reserve takes a completely different path, maximizing alcohol content while minimizing the cost of ingredients. It belongs to Molson Coors, a massive beverage corporation. The price is around $2 to $3 for a 24-ounce can. Now let's look at some brands you can actually buy without worrying. The Boston Beer Company is an independent American brewery near Boston, founded in 1984. It has no foreign corporate owner. Their Samuel Adams Heritage Porter passes every quality test with flying colors. The ingredients are barley malt, hops, water, and yeast. No corn syrup, no hop extract, no rice. This is exactly what a traditional beer should contain. 4 ingredients, nothing more. It was a winner at the Great American Beer Festival in 2018. Its rating on Untappd is a respectable 3.73 out of 5, praised for its notes of chocolate, coffee, caramel, and dried fruit. It has 8% alcohol and an 18.1 degrees Plato original gravity. The price is around $10 to $12 for a 6-pack. Blue Moon Belgian White, however, is a paradox. It's an exceptional beer from the very same conglomerate that churns out those generic mass-produced lagers. This particular beer, however, absolutely passes our quality and purity inspection. It's been brewed since 1881 at the historic brewery in Cieszyn, a city on the Polish-Czech border. In a move that's almost unheard of today, the brewery still roasts its own malt right there on site, a practice that has become nearly extinct in the industry. The ingredients are a testament to tradition: just water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. It packs a punch with 9.5% alcohol and a robust 21 degrees Plato original gravity. It pours with pronounced notes of roasted malt, coffee, and caramel, all topped with a dense, creamy foam. And here's the kicker. Even though the entire parent company, Żywiec Group, is owned by Heineken, the Cieszyn brewery has managed to preserve the original, classic porter recipe. A bottle of this quality will run you about $5 to $7. Then you have a beer like Genesee Cream Ale, which also holds on to traditional standards and passes our quality check, despite the fact that the Genesee Brewery is owned by the larger FIFCO USA. The ingredients list tells you everything you need to know. Water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. That's it. That's precisely what makes a beer like Genesee a safe purchase. There's no glucose syrup, no corn, and no cheap hop extract. Reviewers from all over describe its clean taste, a well-balanced bitterness, and a noticeable lack of a nasty hangover, even after having a few. The price is usually around $2 to $3 for a 16-ounce bottle. The ingredients label always tells the truth, even when the marketing is full of lies. Glucose syrup, corn, rice, and hop extract are all red flags for cost-cutting measures that impact both the flavor and how you feel the next morning. It's these additives that cause so many big-name brands to fail our inspection. A traditional beer has 4 essential ingredients: water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. Any deviation from that standard is either for the sake of genuine innovation or, more often, to slash costs. The widespread use of glucose syrup and hop extract in the brewing industry is a textbook example of cutting corners. In the United States, there are now over 9,000 craft breweries in operation. That's a staggering increase compared to the scene just 2 decades ago, when corporate consolidation had all but eradicated independent brewers. Spending just a few extra dollars often translates to a completely different world of quality. The price gap between a mass-produced lager for $1.50 and a craft beer for $6 directly reflects the true cost of the real ingredients that mega corporations sidestep by using cheaper replacements. The brands worth avoiding all share a few common traits: ownership by a massive global corporation, glucose syrup or corn in the ingredients, hop extract instead of real hops, and a flood of consumer complaints about hangovers and bad taste. The brands that pass our quality inspection exhibit the opposite characteristics. They are either independently owned or maintain a deep commitment to tradition, use recipes based on those 4 core ingredients, have awards from respected competitions, and boast overwhelmingly positive consumer experiences. The massive marketing budgets and flashy packaging become meaningless once the ingredients label gives you the objective truth about what's really inside the bottle.